Now, tapos po tayo for a reminder doon sa ating classroom observable objective. Let's move to the non-classroom observable objectives naman. So, RATES shall provide evidence and documentation of demonstration and achievement of objectives promptly rather than waiting for the year-end assessment. So, ito rin naman po ay ini-encourage natin sa ating mga guro. Dahil din po, alam natin na medyo marami-rami pa rin po yung trabaho natin kahit nabawasan na po tayo ng mga ancillary tasks. So we encourage our teachers na from time to time where we were able to produce na po certain MOVs within within certain period. Ayan. Iayos na po natin siya pa isa-isa. Hindi yung kung kailan pa March na po or April na po, saka pa lang tayo nagkukulit. Although hindi po talaga maiiwasan, but somehow, if we try to do that, yung burden kasi is may isin siya eh. Because, you'll not dedicate so much time just to collate and then sort out ano yung pwedeng MOVs po ng present. So meaning such MOVs and documents, there are documents and evidences that are cross-cutting, can serve as a cross-cutting MOVs targeting multiple objectives. When we say cross-cutting, meaning, for example, I have one document that can serve indicator, example lang, indicator 2 and 4. So, meaning you don't need to reproduce 2 copies. Instead, you will just put a note there that this MOV specifically is for 2 indicators na. So, dito po kasi tayo nagkakaproblema from previous experience and share sentiments din po. Wherein, yung burden of reproducing because we need to produce certain X number of documents for each objective. Kaya po sa ating mga raters na nandito, huwag na po natin silang obligahin na i-produce. Halimbawa, MOV indicator 1. Tapos, yun din naman yung gusto pa rin nila nakikita na doon within the portfolio or within the envelope na ipapresent. So, wag na po tayo mag-require. Ang sinasabi lang po dito, 1 MOV can serve and target multiple objectives, but it doesn't necessarily mean you need to produce certain numbers just to serve for each objective. Okay po? Klaro po iyon ha? Yan, sa mga school head na, kung meron pong school head na nandito, master teacher and head teachers, bawasan na po natin yung pagre-require ng napakadaming numbers of MOVs. Okay, next one is that the rater then shall assess the evidence and provide ratings using the tool appropriate to the level of teacher. So, as previously mentioned, we need to be sure whether the tool that we are using is for the proficient tool and the highly proficient tool. Would like to put emphasis lang on the highlighted photo here in the slide. So it says, no portfolio for performance assessment shall be collected. So, siguro yung tanong po ng iba, ma'am, paano po iyon? Kung wala na pong portfolio, paano po namin sila ma-assess at ganun din sa mga teachers, paano po kami i-assess? Ang ibig sabihin lang niyan is that, as I mentioned a while ago, teachers should maintain own repository or folder for the materials and documents that we use. So, when it's time for evaluation, all you need to do is to present to the rater yun pong documents that will serve as an MOV for the different indicators for this school year. So, no need na po to photocopy. So, kung rater and ratee conference or the evaluation time na po, ipipresent lang po. And then, the rater should rate accordingly which portfolio ang nai-hit po yung multiple objectives where the portfolio or the MOVs serve its purpose. Okay, so yung goal natin dito, bakit hindi na nire-require yung portfolio, ayun pong mga problema po na encounter natin as mentioned in the first slide. Yung to minimize yung expenses for producing the portfolio. Okay. Kami rin po sa central office were members of some certain job groups or certain chat groups, teachers, page. We saw some, business selling portfolio. Sin portfolio, ang gagawin na lang po, ilalagay na lang po yung teacher. So, it added cost. No? Plus, for business for the others, but burden of expenses po for others. Okay. Although ina-avail po ng ating mga guro yung mga pre-printed portfolio, but then again, yun po, no, we discourage that. And for this school year, no need na pong mag-present ng napakagandang bulaklaking portfolio. Ayan. So, during the rating, we encourage po na ipipresent na lang po ni teacher sa rater yung pong mga MOVs po niya. So, ang responsibilidad na lang po ng mga guro ay let's have a repository, whether digital or nakasave lang po sa USB natin or sa mga laptop, digital or hard copy, ng pong mga MOVs, ano po yun, lesson plan, mga regular documents na ginagamit po natin sa MOVs po ng mga teachers. So, let's have that responsibility na, but as early as time, ang sabi nga po dyan, promptly, rather than waiting for end-of-year assessment. Okay? Clear po? Clear po tayo doon about sa no portfolio for performance assessment shall be collected or required. Okay? So, sana po klaro po iyon sa lahat ng mga master teacher, head teacher, and school head na nandito po. Taas ang kamay po kung naiintindihan po ang ating session at this point in time. Ayan. Sige po, salamat. Okay. Next po. Another feature of these interim guidelines for our teachers is what we call in strengthening the coaching, mentoring, and performance monitoring. So part of this interim PMES is what we call yung frequent short period and walkthrough or observation. So ito po yung mga strategy that we were able to identify, and we actually encourage our master teachers and raters who are here by employing this strategy. So the first one is yung frequent short period and walkthrough observation. So the first one is what we call yung monitoring by walking around strategy. So this is approximately 10 to 15 minutes, non-rated, formative, and developmental. Okay? And the next one is yung usual, yung regular monitoring and provision of technical assistance on teaching and learning process and material. So meaning, regular monitoring and targeted technical assistance. This is the part where for example, teacher A will have a meeting, coaching session, or mentoring session with our rater. So complemented with immediate and constructive feedback. So not just only, as I've mentioned po, we minimize as much as possible, only finding fault, but our role as coach and mentor of our teachers is for them to be better on what they do. No? Wag na po hindi po ang goal natin ay paglitan, i-highlight ang mali, kanyan. But it's more of making sure that we share the same, we share and we have possessed po same expertise, teaching, practice expertise po na meron tayo as being a master teacher or head teacher. So, tayo po bilang mga leader in our respective classroom or department or level or section, yan po, ang goal po natin being tagged as leader, mentor, is for them to be better than us. Okay? So, yun po yung goal natin as a leader. Okay? And then, part of this is yung tracking and recording of significant incidents, na nagawa po ng ating mga inobserbahan. Now, just to address some issues on this, especially yung sa schedule ng atin pong mga master teacher, head teacher, kasi yun po, based on the O5 Series 2024, Thumbs up nga po kung nabasa na po yung DO5 2024 o yung atin pong teacher's workload. Yan. Meron po ba na nakabasa? Ayan. So, meron naman po. Sabi po dito is that master teachers shall render 6 hours of actual classroom teaching and 2 hours shall be allotted to teacher ancillary tasks incidental to the teacher's normal teaching duties. So, yung karamihan po sa mga concern ng ating mga master teacher and head teacher, for the rater, even the school head say, Ma'am, wala na po kaming time. Kami kasi po ay full load. Okay, we understand that. Now, in the DO5 po, nakalagay po doon that while you are given full time, you will be compensated for hours rendered dedicated for coaching and mentoring. So, paano po iyon? Nakalagay po doon that yung coaching, mentoring, and provision of technical assistance shall be treated as an ancillary task. And you will be compensated for a vacation service credit if performed beyond the 8-hour period or within the workday. So, makakaipon po tayo ng vacation service credit. All you need to do is like documented, scheduled lang din po. Thumbs up po if clear for our raters na nandito sa session. Klaro po yun? As so schedule, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yan, sige po. So, that's for strengthening, coaching, and mentoring. Okay? Sige po. Now, let's move to naman, ano yung kailangan nating makita, in assessing. Or ganun din po para sa ating mga guro. What are the performance measure for classroom observable indicators and non-classroom observable indicators? So, for classroom observable indicators, ayan po, i-measure po natin both, both the quality, quality and efficiency. So, it will be measured throughout the full period of classroom observable. For non-classroom observable indicators, only quality shall be measured through assessment of available means of verification. Okay, so yan po yung mga titingnan natin sa COIs and NCOIs. Now, let's move to computation of rating. Okay, so in the PMES guidelines po, all indicators or all objectives 1 to 14 has been provided with equivalent weight percentage, which is 7.143% each indicator, totaling to 100% po. Okay? Now, ito yung pinaka-importante po. Now that we know that meron po siyang equal percentages of weight, let's move to computation of rating. First one ay yung for classroom observable indicators. Ayan. Sa mga may ginagawa po, focus muna po tayo dito. Okay? Sige po. So, meron po tayong, kanina po doon sa pinakita ko sa slide, meron po tayong tinatawag na repeating objectives. Kasi lalo-lalo na po kung hahatiin po, ang pinili nyo po ay yung option A, which is 2 full periods. So, the final rating shall be computed by averaging the quality rating. So, nandun din po ito sa tool. So, halimbawa po, yan, look at this. Si Teacher 3, ang gamit niya po ay proficient tool. Ang pinili niya po ay option A, meaning 2 beses po siya na-obserbahan. So, yung first, ayan. So, yung COT rating sheet 1 niya, ayan. Ang first rating niya po sa same objective or indicator ay 6. And then, yung pangalawang rating niya po doon sa same indicator po ay 5. So, i-convert po muna natin siya into the PMES rating. Ayan. Sorry. Meron po tayong tinatawag na PMES 5-point rating scale. So, yung 6, ang equivalent niya po ay 4. And then, the 5, ang equivalent niya po ay 3. So, pag in-average po iyan, lalabas po dyan ay 3.5. Then, saka lang po natin siya ipapasok po doon sa PMES Rating Transmutation Table, which is nandun din po sa interim guidelines. So, ang final rating niya would be for this repeating objective ay 4, which is very satisfactory. So, hindi po siya directly averaging. This is for repeating objectives. Same goes with Master Teacher 2, yung highly proficient tool din naman. So, kung may dalawa po siyang rating, hanapin po muna natin yung PMES 5-point rating scale. So, yun po yung bibigyan natin siya ng score. And then, yung 5-point scale rating na dalawa, yun po yung i-average, not the 2 COT rating. Nasusundan po? Thumbs up nga kung nasusundan po. Okay. Thumbs up. Ayan. Sige, nag-hands up sila. Sige po. So, after the 5-point rating scale, yun ang i-average natin. And then, once we got the average, titingnan po natin yung PMES Transmutation Table. So, ito, case nito, 3.5 din. So, yung score niya dito, final PMES rating for quality is 4. Okay? Clear po? Sige. So, now, let's move naman to the, ayan, COI. Especially yung efficiency naman. Sa efficiency po, no? Hinahin natin ang efficiency. So, sa efficiency, ayan. So, again, this is for repeating objectives, no? Especially sa 2 full periods classroom observation. So, halimbawa, yung first full period observation 1, yung rating sa efficiency po ni teacher ay 5. No? And then, yung second observation niya, yung rating niya ay 3. Okay? So, sa efficiency, direct averaging na po natin siya. Okay? Pero, if you look at average, so titingnan nyo na po dyan. So, kung ang average niya po ay nag-fall, let's say, in this example, yung average niya, yung 5 plus 3 divided by 2 ay 8. And then divide 2, then 4 po yung average niya. So, nagfo-fall po siya sa efficiency final rating na 5. Okay? Kung halimbawa naman po, nag-fall yung average ni teacher. So, if this is for efficiency, kanina, diniscuss po natin equality. For efficiency, halimbawa, nag-fall siya sa 3.1.5. Ano po ang efficiency final rating niya? Okay. So, 3 po ang final rating niya. So, yung PMES rating efficiency, so kung 5, 5 outstanding. Okay? Nakita niyo po yung difference ng dalawa between quality, repeating objectives, and this one that I'm discussing, efficiency, repeating objectives po. Difference sa dalawa? Sige nga po, pakita nga po ng thumbs up, hindi po raise hand. Thumbs up po, thumbs up, kung naiintindihan na po yung dalawa. Ayan, hindi ko makita yung thumbs up. Sige, now, punta na po tayo sa exciting part. No, ito po yung matrix of documentation. Ayan, may nagre-raise pa rin talaga ng hand. Okay, so yung matrix of documentation, tingnan po natin na bakit kaya sinabi ni Mrs. na from 48 MOVs, magiging 7 na lang. Oh, sa master teacher, parang 5 na lang. Sige po, let's discuss muna yung matrix of documentations for teachers 1 to 3. Okay. So, ito po, no, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 classroom observable indicators. Ayan. So, ano ba yung proof MOV nito? COT tool rating sheet or inter-agreement form done through on-site, face-to-face, in-person classroom observation. Okay. Number of MOVs, kagaya na sabi ko, kung 8 iyan, hindi nyo kailangan pong i-produce 8 copies. You just need 1 or 2 COT. Kung ang pinili po ninyo ay option A na 2 classroom observation, yan. So, 2 COT sheet ang ipipresent po ninyo. Pero kung ang pinili po ninyo ay option B, which is all indicators, yung 8 indicators po in full period or entire class period, then isang MOV lang po isang COT sheet lang po yung ipoproduce po ninyo. Clear? Clear po, nakuha? Thumbs up? Sige po, I assume clear. Next po, yan. So, sa NCOI naman po, ayan o, tingnan po natin. So, yung NCOI, let's say objective 2, anyone. Sabi ay anyone of the following used in each full classroom period observable. So, halimbawa po, ang napili po ninyo sa class, halimbawa, option A. So, 2 beses po. Okay. Sorry. Anyone. So, any of lesson plan. Yung lesson plan, pwede po yan, halimbawa, sa mga kasama po nating ALS teachers, tawag nila ay terminology po of their lesson plan. So, meron pong pwedeng DLP, daily log lesson, WHLP, WLL, lesson exemplars, and the likes. Basta, it entails about lesson plan. And then, activity sheets, or assessment materials, or others, which you seem or find related, that will support yung atin pong NCOIs. Take note, sa NCOIs po, with annotation describing the use of research-based knowledge and principles of teaching and learning process. Okay, number of MOVs, again, 1 or 2. Yan po yung maximum. Hindi po 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, padamihan. Again, this is not about quantity of MOVs produced. Rather, we focus on the quality and the delivery of the classroom observation. Okay? So, that's the... Okay. Mrs., yung sabing annotation, paano po ba yun? Okay? So, annotation can be a marginal note on the main document or MOV, which, for example, lesson plan. So, pwede lang po doon may marginal note or pwede naman din po siyang separate sheet of paper, which is, yun po, available or convenient for our teachers. Now, let's move to, another naman po, objective 10, let's say. This is another NCOI. So, ang sabi po dito, this is objective 10 is PPST 4.3.2. So, ang sabi po dito ay anyone. Hindi po produce all 4. Okay? Any one of the following. Proof of implementation of learning programs. Example, progress report, accomplishment report. Or, proof of contextualization, localization, and indigenization of learning programs, i.e. progress report, technical report. Pwede po yun. Or, proof of adaptation of learning programs, or action plan, activity proposal, activity matrix for adaptation and implementation of learning program. With annotation describing the relevance and responsiveness of the learning programs to the needs of all learners. Again, annotation can be a marginal note on the main document, MOV, or in a separate sheet. Okay? NCOI, Objective 11. Okay. Objective 11, take note of the highlighted MOVs. As you can see, nakalagay, anyone again. Anyone. Either communication letter about the program project or activity that highlights maintaining learning environments that are responsive to the context need, or minutes of a consultative meeting or community stakeholders meeting or program. Project activity that highlights maintaining learning environments that are responsive to the community context with proof of attendance. Or project program activity plan that highlights maintaining learning environments that are responsive to community context. Or report on implementation or completion of the program, project, or activity that maintains learning environment responsive to the community or context. Again, any one of these listed MOVs. Isa lang po. Isa lang. Okay. Next, Objective 13. Okay. Under Objective 13, ayan, which is PPST 6.3.2, again, any one of the following: minutes, notes of coaching and mentoring, session, meetings, FGDs with collegial discussion, or teaching materials with annotation highlighting the objective, sample, lesson plan, activity sheet, assessment materials, others, or reflection notes. Okay? That will explain or will highlight the support, yung evidence po to the indicators na tinarget po. Next po ay Objective 13, sorry. Any one again of the following: proof of participation or involvement in a school community partnership for the implementation of the school policy procedure, or minutes of parent-teacher conference, stakeholders meeting about an implemented school policy procedure with the proof of attendance, or proof of participation, involvement in a school community partnership for the implementation of a school policy or procedure. Or, the last one, an option also, accomplishment report. So, mamili lang po kung ano po yung available. But then again, if you, yun po, no, annotation or explanation about yung evidence support po the indicators target. Okay. And the last one for the proficient tool is Objective 14, which is PPST 7.2.2. Ayan, mamimili lang po ulit kayo. Kasi sabi po dyan, anyone. Okay? A reflection/journal entry that highlight practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession, or annotated evidence of practice but not limited to the following. So, pwedeng documented feedback from superior colleagues, stakeholders, reflecting the rated good practices that uphold the dignity or teaching as a profession, remarks from a superior colleagues or master teachers school head about one qualities. Entries can be, it can include po or included doon sa ating PMCF or the performance monitoring and coaching form, or in the media review form. So, pwede nyo po yun na isama as MOV. Then, you're done with this indicator. The next one is recognition from your school community about one qualities, whether on the spot or a criteria, rewards, or recognition from your school. Pwede po iyan. Okay? And others, yan. I-specify na lang po, basta importante po in the specification is that you'll be able to explain po how the evidence presented support the indicators na ina-target po. No? And then now, let's move to the highly proficient tool. So, medyo for COI and for COI, ayan. So, meron pong 4 COI objectives. Again, 1 or 2 classroom observable tool lang ang ipoproduce. So, if you choose option A, na 2 full period, then you have to produce 2 COT. If you choose 1, then you just need to produce 1. Okay? And proof of attendance of colleague. Okay? Importante po yan. On the proof of attendance, ng atin pong mga colleague, sa mga master teachers and na nandito po, this can be on the rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form. But if you're prepared and you are ready naman to do a separate attendance sheet, kung marami po yung nandoon po, no? Yung attendance po ng ating mga colleagues within a classroom observation. Pwede naman po yun. Okay? Sige po. Now, let's move to NCOIs. Ito po, no? Sa 4 na indicator, kailangan nyo lang mag-produce ng isang document in any of the following. 1, proof of attendance in coaching and mentoring session, LAC. Pwede po yan. And then, minutes, notes of coaching, mentoring, session meetings, FGDs, or other other collegial decision that highlights the objective. Third option, reflection notes of teachers on the coaching and mentoring session, meeting, LAC session, FGDs, or other collegial discussions that highlights the objective with the proof of attendance. So, importante lang din po yung proof of attendance, or PMCF with annotation highlighting these objectives po in the slide. So, pwede po yun. Again, isa lang po ang kailangan i-produce. Okay. Next, NCOI. Yan po, no? Objective 11, any one, again, of the following. So, synthesis of evaluation of program, project, activity that maintains the learning environment, responsive to the community context. Pwede po yan. Second option, minutes of consultative meeting with parents, other external stakeholders on programs, projects, and activities that maintain the learning environment, highlighting the evaluations made, again, with proof of attendance. And the next, minutes of focus group discussion with teachers on program, project, activity that maintains learning environment, highlighting the evaluations made with proof of attendance. Take note po, take note of this feature in the MOV, or survey on program, project, activities that maintain a learning environment. Okay? So, yan po yung mga kailangan i-produce for Objective 11. Now, we're down to the last objective for Master Teacher Tool. Last two pala. Ayan. So, Objective 13, any one again of the following. So, pwede pong evaluation report on the implementation of a school policies, procedures, or minutes of subject area grade level meeting or professional meeting on evaluating school policies and procedure. Next one, minutes of subject area grade level meetings on the implementation, progress of school policies and procedure. Okay. And yung pangatlo po, minutes din siya, but take note of the difference. Minutes of subject area grade level meeting or professional meeting on disseminating information and implementing school policy. So, yun po yung difference. So, pwede pong minutes ng implementation of a school policies, progress, ganyan. Yung isa naman po ay how you disseminate po, no? It's a minutes on disseminating information and implementing school policies and procedure. And the last one, another option ay proof of implementation. So, school policies and procedure. Okay. And the last one, ayan, NCOI, isa lang po ang kailangan dyan. Reflection notes. Okay? Wala na pong iba. Okay? Okay. So, now, ito po yung sabi kong exciting part. From 48 na MOVs na kiniklaim po at pinoproduce dati or nire-require, ngayon po ang required lang po for MOV, for teachers 1 to 3, 7 or 9 na MOV with a different option within objectives. Okay? And for master teacher 1 to 4, 5 or 6 lang po na MOV. Okay? Nakakataba po ba ng puso iyan? Pa-heart naman po. Ayan. So, these are the total of MOVs, documentations na required for teachers school year 2024-2025. Okay. Now, for the ratee, rater, and approving authority, ayan. So, ito naman din po, no? Yung nando din po sa interim guidelines. So, just to have a review, just in case hindi pa rin po natin nababasa. Okay, kung ang ratee po ay master teacher or head teacher with teaching load, ang rater po ay si principal or si school head. At ang approving authority, as you can see, kung small and medium divisions and large and very large divisions. Okay? For teacher, ayan, sa mga eskwelahan na walang master teacher, wala ring head teacher, and assistant principal, usually ito yung mga small schools po, with ang teacher po nila ay siguro siyam pababa. No? Ang rater po ninyo ay si principal or si school head pa rin. And again, ang approving authority ay si SDS at si ASDS. Now, for teachers at saka ALS implementers na school-based, okay? Ang rater po ninyo ay si master teacher or si head teacher or assistant principal. So, principal and school head ang inyo pong approving authority. For us implementers, especially ng mga nasa CLC po, no, na hindi naka-attach po sa isang school, ang inyo pong rater ay si EPSA, in charge of ALS, or an education program supervisor in charge of ALS. So, ang inyo pong approving authority ay si curriculum chief of the CID, ng Curriculum Implementation Division in your schools division office. Okay? Yan po ang ating rater and approving authority. And then the next one, the tools, forms used by personnel. Kasi marami pa rin pong nalilito dito mga kasama po, no? For head teachers, designated at school head. So, karamihan po ito ay sa elementary, no? Marami po tayo. Siya po ang school head ng school. OPCRF po yung gagamitin po ninyo. Kapag kayo naman po ay head teacher with teaching load, usually ito po ay available or nangyayari sa secondary. Mga head teachers, department heads with teaching load, IPCR yung gagamitin po ninyo, but you need to capture the expected administrative tasks and objectives in the highly proficient tool. So, kung meron po doon, pa-take note na lang din po, you need to highlight that. Now, for head teachers without teaching load, pero hindi designated as school head, no? Usually, mga ano rin po ito sa secondary. IPCR rin po ang gagamitin ninyo, anchored on the OPCRF of the school head. Okay? And assistant principal, same din po, IPCRF anchored on the OPCRF of the school head. Now, school head or designated TIC, OPCRF po ang gagamitin po ninyo. Ang rule lang po dito, kung para mabilis po natin maintindihan, kapag po may hawak po kayong eskwelahan with designation po, no, duly signed and issued by the SDS, OPCRF po ang gagamitin po ninyo. Okay, kapag wala po kayong school, yun po, IPCRF anchored on the OPCRF of the school head. Clear po? Clear? Crystal clear. Now, part of, and I'm down to my last slide. Ayan. So, these are the list of the annexes. So, kindly scan the QR code in your screen and it will redirect you to the link where you can find po yung mga nasa screen po na mga documents. Isang paalala lang din po, hindi po ito binibenta. So, wag po tayong bumili kung saan-saan because all of the documents here are free. All you need to do is to maximize its use and download it, read it, and understand it carefully and prepare for your performance assessment happening starting next week.